Hey warriors, picture this. A raging storm slamming against your window right now. Not rain and thunder, but a brutal onslaught of noise, opinions, distractions, and crushing expectations. The world? It's pounding on your door every single day, screaming for you to react, to shatter, to bend like a reed in the wind. It whispers, "You're not enough." It roars, "You're too much." It yanks you in 1,000 directions, desperate to make you forget the one path that truly counts, inward. Marcus Aurelius, yeah, that emperor, scratched these words in the dirt of battlefields. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. He didn't pen this from a cozy throne. He forged it between sword clashes, ruling an empire while mastering the real battlefield, his own mind. Life, it doesn't RSVP. It crashes the party uninvited. Heartbreak, betrayal, loss, pure chaos. Bam! Ground shakes, knees buckle. But here's your superpower. Choose. Let the storm swallow you whole, or become the unbreakable calm at its eye. This isn't ignoring the pain. It's owning that your response, your mindset, your inner fire, crushes any external hurricane. Stoicism nails it. 93% of our problems, not real, they're reactions. Stories we invent when we forget our true power. Weights we grab voluntarily and lug around like badges of defeat. Today, we're arming you with 12 battle-tested Stoic lessons. The same ancient playbook that turned emperors into legends and slaves into unbreakable souls. These aren't fluffy quotes. They're weapons. Keys to unlock doors you didn't even know were slamming shut in your face. Crack them open and you'll discover the epic life you've been chasing. It's been inside you all along. Each lesson will hit different. Some hug your soul, others shatter your excuses. But all forge the you who stares down storms and thinks, is that all you've got? Because you'll carry your own damn sky. Before we charge in, your mission, if this fires you up, if your gut screams, I'm ready to level up, smash that like button. Drop a comment. Share this with your battle buddy who needs it. Subscribe now. We're forging a tribe of unbreakable warriors who refuse to stay shattered. And don't you dare skip ahead. Every lesson stacks like bricks in a fortress. This isn't scrollable fluff. This is your transformation. The world craves your knee-jerk reaction, but you're about to deliver a response that rewrites your story. It starts with belief. Ready to seize control? Comment right now, I choose my response, not my reaction. Lesson 1. Belief in yourself is the ultimate superpower. No plan survives without it. Buckle up. This is the gut punch truth that'll redefine your game. Your life will never soar higher than your self-belief. Not your skills, not your network, not your grind. Belief is the rocket fuel. Everything else, just sparks. Epictetus, the ex-slave who schooled emperors, dropped this bomb. First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do. He didn't say dream it or hope it, say it out loud. Because belief ignites as a fierce whisper in your skull, then explodes into world-shaking reality. Flashback, those goals you torched? January 1st firecrackers that fizzled by Valentine's? Promises you whispered to the mirror, then ghosted. Why'd they crash? No time, no money, lies. It was the traitor in your head sneering, who do you think you are? This ain't for you. That voice? A slick con artist. It weaponizes your scars, every flop, fumble, faceplant, stacking evidence like a prosecution closing argument. Listen too long? You'll buy it, quit cold. Settle for scraps. Call it realism while your dreams rot. Stoicism's counterstrike. You are not your past, not the pile of failures. You are the observer, the warrior scanning the wreckage, extracting gold, and plotting the comeback. That choice? Sacred. That's where belief is born. Believing in you doesn't mean flawless or failure-proof. It means my potential is worth the war, even blindfolded. Stop begging the world for a green light. Give it to yourself. No plan wins if you're half-ass executing while secretly rooting for failure to prove your doubts right. That's sabotage in sweatpants, warrior. Your move tonight, stare in the mirror. Declare one goal out loud. Feel that whisper turn to thunder. Believe it, then charge. Real belief? It doesn't flex for the gram. It's a quiet roar, steady as steel, marching forward one relentless step at a time. No spotlight needed. No crowd chanting your name. Just you, grinding in the shadows, fixing what needs fixing because you deserve the win. Start right here, right now! Mirror mission, warrior, lock eyes with your reflection. Say it loud. I am worthy of the epic life I'm building. I am capable of crushing this. I don't need perfect. I just need to believe I'm worth the fight. Feel fake and good, say it anyway. Hammer it until doubt whimpers and shuts up. Until belief is your autopilot. Why? The world's littered with talent that tanked. Brains that stayed broke. Dreamers who died dreaming. The separator, not ego, not luck. Just rock-solid knowing you belong in the arena you always have. Your battle cry, type it below, own it. I'm worthy of every goal I set. Epic music swell. Feel that bass in your chest? Lesson 2. A negative mind never builds a positive life. You become what you think. Guard your mind like hidden treasure. Your brain ain't a chill lounge. It's a battleground garden. Plant doubt. Water worry. Let bitterness root. Boom, harvest hell. You can't fling poison seeds and pray for paradise. Physics don't bend for pity parties. Seneca, the Stoic savage, scorched this truth. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Make drop, reread, replay, most pain you're hauling. Fake news, yesterday's ghost, tomorrow's boogeyman. Right now, you're breathing. You're safe, you're alive, but your mind, it's a trained assassin, hunting threats that ain't there, scripting disasters on loop. That's the negative mind scam. One stumble, life sentence. One hater's jab, crush your whole identity. One fog of what if, a total blackout. Cruelest twist. You become your thoughts, always. The chain reaction, brutal thoughts, emotions, actions, results, back to thoughts locked in. Think unworthy. Act small, attract scraps. See, told you. You didn't predict doom, you built it. Guarding your mind, not optional, survival. You wouldn't chug bleach for fun. So why guzzle toxic thoughts and expect thriving? Every replay of loser, every what if I fail? Poison, slow drip death. But flip the script? Game changer. Intentional guard duty, this total shift. Suddenly, 99% problems. Your spin, not the storm. Situation didn't crush you, your replay did. You built the cage, you forged the key. Quick strike tactic, negativity sneaks in. Catch it, no drama. Just thought, not truth. Swap for real fuel. This is hard. I've slayed hard before. No answer yet. I'm built to hunt it down. Pain stings? It's temporary. I heal. Your brain will fight back. It's cozy in the crap. But you? Stronger than scars. Fiercer than routines. Every upgrade? One brick in your empire. Negativity's a sneaky thief. Steals joy, juice, hope, your shot. You opened the door? Slam it shut. Declare your mind sacred turf. Only builders allowed. Guard it like gold, because it is. Drop your vow below. Feel the power. I guard my mind with intention and strength. Who's locking it down today? Lesson 3, don't count the days. Make 'em count. Time's a thief that never waits. Leave a mark, not a tally. Tomorrow, not promised. You know this. But do you live it? Or you scrolling zombies, kicking the can to someday when life's perfect? When you feel ready, wake up, warrior. Perfect's a myth. Marcus Aurelius, emperor badass, laid it bare. Think of yourself as dead. You've lived. Now take what's left and live it proper. Morbid? Nah, lightning clarity. Realize time's a sprint, not a marathon. You quit wasting it on filler. We tally like losers. 2 days till Freedom Friday. 30 till vacay, 5 years till retirement. Escape artists missing the now. Newsflash, you're not in tomorrow, past's dead. This second, your whole damn life, that boring Tuesday, it's the main event. Not your Insta highlights, not the big someday. This right here, question ain't how many sunsets left. It's what mark are you carving today? Making days count, not non-stop fireworks. It's ditching the sleepwalk. Show up, full send. Swap numbscroll for alive now. Dodge that tough talk. Charge in today. Project rotting in your skull? Break ground now. Phone glued? Drop it. Lock eyes with your tribe. Feel them. Simple? Hell yes. Revolutionary? Double hell yes. Stop treating today like filler episode. This is your saga's climax. Your move one thing today, make it count. Comment it below. What's your mark? We're watching. We're cheering. Fires raging? Smash like. Share with your squad. Comment your vow. It doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be intentional. Time doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It doesn't pause for your fear or your doubt or your excuses. It moves forward indifferent and unstoppable. And every day you spend waiting for the perfect moment is a day you'll never get back. There is no perfect moment. There's only this one, and it's already slipping through your fingers. The Stoics understood this deeply. They practiced memento mori. Remember you must die, not to be depressing but to be awake. To remember that life is short and precious and not to be squandered on resentment, distraction, or delay. They knew that the awareness of death isn't the enemy of life. It's the fuel for it. So stop counting, stop waiting, stop treating your days like they're disposable. Each one is a gift wrapped in 24 hours given to you with no guarantee of another. You can spend it mindlessly or you can spend it meaningfully. You can let it pass, or you can leave a mark on yourself, on others, on the world. And that mark doesn't have to be visible to everyone. It just has to be real to you. It's the decision to be kinder today, to try harder, to forgive faster, to love deeper, to stop postponing the life you say you want, and start building it one present moment at a time. The days are counting themselves. The question is, are you making them count? Commit to this moment. Type today is my life and I will live it fully. Number 4, if you can stay positive in a negative situation, you win. Calm is your power. Your response is your victory. Winning doesn't always look like triumph. Sometimes it looks like silence. Sometimes it looks like walking away. Sometimes it looks like staying steady when everything around you is falling apart. That's not weakness. That's mastery. Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Those words have echoed through centuries because they hold a truth most people never grasp. You can't control the chaos, but you can control yourself within it. And that control, that's where your real power lives. Negative situations are inevitable. Betrayal, loss, disappointment, failure. They're not anomalies. They're part of the human experience. The world doesn't owe you fairness. It doesn't owe you easy, it just is. And within that reality, you have one choice that changes everything. How you respond. Most people react. They explode. They collapse. They let the negativity infect them until they become the very energy they're trying to escape. They match anger with anger, chaos with chaos, pain with bitterness. And in doing so, they lose twice. Once to the situation and once to themselves. But staying positive in a negative situation doesn't mean pretending everything's fine. It doesn't mean slapping on a smile and ignoring the hurt. It means choosing not to let the situation steal your peace. It means refusing to give your power away to circumstances, people, or outcomes you can't control. Think about the last time someone tried to provoke you. Maybe they insulted you, dismissed you, or pushed your buttons intentionally. If you reacted, if you snapped back, if you let them pull you into their storm, they won. They controlled your emotions. They dictated your energy. But if you stayed calm, if you responded with clarity instead of chaos, if you refused to match their frequency, you won. Not because you dominated them, but because you remained sovereign over yourself. Calm is not passive. Calm is power in its purest form. It's the ability to stand in the fire without becoming the flame. It's the strength to witness negativity without absorbing it. It's the discipline to pause, breathe, and choose your response, instead of surrendering to your impulse. The Stoics called this apatheia, not apathy, but freedom from destructive emotions. It's the practice of observing what's happening without being swept away by it. It's the wisdom to know that your peace is more valuable than proving a point, winning an argument, or getting revenge. When you stay positive in negative situations, you send a message to yourself and the world. I'm not a puppet of my circumstances. I'm not controlled by external chaos. I choose my state of mind. I choose my energy. I choose my response. And that choice is my victory. This doesn't happen overnight. It takes practice. It takes catching yourself mid-reaction and redirecting. It takes reminding yourself that losing your calm is losing the game, no matter how justified your anger feels. But every time you choose calm over chaos, you become stronger. Every time you refuse to be shaken, you build unshakable character. Negative situations will test you. Let them. And when they do, show them who you've become. Show them that you can't be broken by what you can no longer control. Let the world see your strength. Comment, "My calm is my victory." Number 5, your greatest asset in the world is your mindset. Nothing outside you matters more than what you believe inside. Strip away the money. Strip away the status, the titles, the possessions, the achievements. Take it all. What's left? Your mindset. And that more than anything you'll ever own determines the quality of your life. Marcus Aurelius understood this when he wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Not your circumstances, not your bank account, not who likes you or who doesn't. Your thoughts, because your mindset is the lens through which you see everything. Change the lens and you change the world." 2 people can face the same obstacle. One sees a dead end, the other sees a detour. Same situation, different mindsets, different outcomes. One quits, one adapts, one blames, one learns. And years later, their lives look nothing alike. Not because they were dealt different cards, but because they played the same cards differently. Your mindset isn't fixed. It's not something you're born with and stuck with forever. It's something you build, shape, and refine every single day through the thoughts you entertain, the beliefs you reinforce, and the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what's possible. A scarcity mindset sees limits everywhere. It says, there's not enough opportunity, not enough love, not enough success to go around. It hoards, it competes, it fears, and it creates a life that reflects those fears, small, defensive, and always lacking. But an abundance mindset sees possibility. It says, if not this, then something better. It trusts, it grows. It believes that setbacks are setups and that every closed door is redirecting you toward the right one. And it creates a life that reflects that belief, expansive, generous, and always evolving. The truth is, nothing outside you has the power your mindset has. You can have wealth and be miserable. You can have health and feel empty. You can have success and still feel like a failure because external things don't complete you. They amplify what's already inside. If your mindset is broken, success will just give you a bigger platform to suffer on. But if your mindset is strong, if it's rooted in gratitude, resilience, and growth, you can face loss and still find meaning. You can face failure and still find hope. You can face uncertainty and still find peace because you've built an inner foundation that no external storm can shake. This is your greatest asset, not what you have, what you believe, not what happens to you, how you interpret it, not where you are, where you're capable of going when you shift the way you think. Start treating your mindset like the treasure it is. Protect it from negativity. Feed it with wisdom. Challenge it when it limits you. Expand it when it feels too small. Your mindset is not static. It's alive, and it's waiting for you to take control of it. The world will try to shape your mindset for you. It will tell you what to fear, what to want, what to believe about yourself. But you don't have to accept that programming. You can reprogram yourself. You can choose beliefs that serve you. You can build a mindset that builds the life you actually want. That's your power. That's your asset. Use it. Declare your power in the comments. My mindset is my greatest wealth. Number 6, don't quit. Nothing lasts forever, not even pain. The night always breaks into morning. Endurance reveals light. You're standing in the dark right now, aren't you? Maybe not physically, but somewhere inside, there's a part of you that feels like the weight will never lift. Like the struggle is permanent. Like this is just how life is going to be from now on. I need you to hear this. You're wrong. And that's the best news you'll get today. Nothing lasts forever, not even pain, not even this. The Stoics had a phrase for this: amorati, love of fate. Not because everything that happens is good, but because everything that happens is temporary. Pain is a visitor, not a resident. It knocks on your door. It stays for a season and then it leaves. But only if you don't quit before it does. Quitting feels like relief in the moment. It feels like the rational choice when you're exhausted, when you've tried everything, when nothing seems to be working. But quitting is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. You stop the pain, yes, but you also stop the possibility. You close the door right before it was about to open. Think about the darkest night you've ever experienced. Maybe it was grief, maybe it was failure, maybe it was loneliness so heavy you didn't think you'd survive it. But you did. You're here, you made it through. And somewhere along the way, without you even noticing, the night broke. Morning came. Not because you forced it, not because you deserved it, simply because that's what morning does. It comes. Endurance isn't glamorous. It doesn't get applause. It's not the highlight reel moment people celebrate. It's the quiet decision you make at 3 a.m. when no one's watching. And every part of you wants to give up, but you don't. You take one more breath. You wake up one more day. You try one more time. That's endurance. And that's where light is born. Seneca wrote, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Your pain isn't pointless. It's building something inside you that comfort never could. It's teaching you that you're stronger than you thought. It's proving that you can hold on when letting go would be easier. And one day, when you're standing in the light again, you'll look back and realize that the dark wasn't trying to destroy you. It was trying to refine you. But you have to stay. You have to endure. You have to trust that the sun doesn't stop rising just because you can't see it yet. It's still there, waiting on the other side of your perseverance. Quitting guarantees one thing. You'll never know what was possible. If you had just held on a little longer, you'll never see the breakthrough that was one step away. You'll never meet the version of yourself that pain was preparing you to become. So don't quit. Not today. Not when you're this close. The night is long, but it's not infinite. Morning is coming, and when it does, you'll be standing there. Not because it was easy, but because you refused to let the dark convince you it was forever. Endurance reveals light. Always has, always will. Music number 7. The way you speak to yourself matters the most. Your inner voice writes your story. Let it speak with respect. There's a voice inside your head that never stops talking. It narrates your day. It judges your choices. It predicts your future. And here's the part most people never realize. That voice has more influence over your life than any other voice you'll ever hear. Not your parents, not your partner, not your boss, you. The way you speak to yourself is writing your story in real time. Epictetus said, if you wish to be good, first believe that you are bad. But he didn't mean stay there. He meant be honest about where you are so you can grow from it. Not so you can crucify yourself daily for not being perfect. There's a difference between accountability and abuse, and most people have crossed that line without even noticing. Listen to how you talk to yourself when you make a mistake. Do you say, I messed up, but I'll learn from this? Or do you say, I'm so stupid. I always ruin everything. I'll never get it right. One is feedback. The other is warfare. And if you're waging war against yourself, you've already lost. You wouldn't let a stranger talk to you the way you talk to yourself. You'd defend yourself. You'd walk away. You'd recognize it as cruel and unacceptable. But when the cruelty comes from within, you call it honesty. You call it realism. You call it motivation. But it's none of those things. It's self-destruction disguised as self-awareness. Your inner voice doesn't just describe your reality, it creates it. When you tell yourself you're not good enough, you start acting like someone who's not good enough. You shrink, you hesitate, you self-sabotage, and then you point to the results as proof that you were right all along, but you weren't predicting your failure. You were scripting it. The most powerful shift you can make is learning to speak to yourself the way you'd speak to someone you love. With patience, with kindness, with the understanding that growth is messy and mistakes are part of the process. You don't need to be harsher on yourself to be better. You need to be wiser. Start paying attention. Catch the negative self-talk before it spirals. When you hear, I can't do this, pause, reframe. I can't do this yet, but I'm learning. When you hear, I'm a failure, stop. Correct, I failed at something, but I am not my failures. Words matter, and the words you speak to yourself matter most. Your inner voice is the pen writing your autobiography. Every harsh word is a chapter of suffering. Every compassionate word is a chapter of healing. You get to decide what kind of story you're telling. You get to decide if you're the hero overcoming obstacles or the victim drowning in them. Respect yourself enough to speak with respect. You're not perfect. You're not supposed to be. But you are worthy of your own kindness. You are deserving of your own grace. And the moment you start treating yourself like someone worth believing in, everything changes. Your inner voice will be with you for the rest of your life. Make peace with it. Make it an ally. Let it speak with the respect you've always deserved. Make this vow to yourself below. I speak to myself with kindness and respect. Music. Number 8, there is no growth without discomfort. Comfort protects the familiar. Discomfort builds the future. You've been taught to avoid discomfort, to seek ease, to make life as smooth and painless as possible. And while comfort feels safe, it's also a cage. Because nothing grows in comfort, not strength, not character, not wisdom. Comfort protects what you already have. Discomfort builds what you don't. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." He wasn't speaking in riddles. He was telling you that the obstacle isn't blocking your path. It is your path. The discomfort you're avoiding is the exact place where your transformation lives. Think about every version of yourself you've ever been proud of. The one who overcame heartbreak. The one who pushed through fear. The one who stood up when it would have been easier to stay down. You didn't become that person in your comfort zone. You became that person because you were forced out of it, dragged through discomfort, and rebuilt on the other side. Discomfort is not your enemy. It's your teacher. It shows you where you're weak so you can become strong. It exposes where you're stuck so you can break free. It reveals what you're capable of when comfort is no longer an option. But most people run from it. They numb it. They avoid it. They choose the familiar pain of staying small over the unfamiliar pain of growing. And that's the trap. Comfort feels like safety, but it's really stagnation. It's the slow death of potential. It's the life you settle for because the life you want requires you to be uncomfortable first. It requires you to try and fail, to look foolish, to not know the answers, to feel awkward, uncertain, and exposed. And most people would rather stay comfortable and unfulfilled than be uncomfortable and alive. But you're not most people. If you were, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be listening. You'd be scrolling past looking for the easy answer, the shortcut, the way to grow without the growing pains. But there isn't one. There never was. Growth lives in the repetitions you don't want to do, in the conversations you're afraid to have, in the risks you're not sure you're ready for. It lives in the moment you choose, the harder right over the easier wrong. That's where the future version of yourself is born. In the discomfort you stop running from. The Stoics practiced voluntary discomfort. They fasted. They slept on hard floors. And they imagined losing everything they had. Not because they were masochists, but because they understood that resilience is built, not given. They knew that if you only operate in comfort, the moment life takes it away, and it will, you'll crumble. But if you train yourself to be comfortable with discomfort, nothing can break you. Just stop waiting for it to feel easy. It won't. Stop waiting for the fear to go away. It won't. Stop waiting for growth to feel comfortable. It never does. Lean into the discomfort. Embrace it. Let it shape you. Let it stretch you beyond the boundaries you've been hiding behind. Comfort protects who you are. Discomfort creates who you're becoming and the future you want. It's waiting on the other side of the discomfort you're avoiding right now. If you're choosing growth over comfort, say, "I embrace discomfort as my path to growth." Number 9, keep it private until it's permanent. Silence preserves strength. Let actions speak when they're ready. You've felt it before. That rush of excitement when you set a new goal. That urge to tell everyone what you're about to do, who you're about to become, how everything's about to change. And maybe you did tell them. You announced it. You posted it. You made it public. And then what happened? The energy faded. The motivation dried up. The goal quietly died, and no one asked about it because talking about it gave you the satisfaction without the work. The Stoics understood something most people miss. Premature celebration kills momentum. When you speak too soon, you trade the fuel of action for the sugar rush of validation. You get the applause before the performance. And once you've gotten the reward, why do the work? Seneca said, if you wish to be loved, love simple, quiet action over announcement. He didn't say, talk about loving people. He said, do it. Let the love speak for itself. The same applies to every goal, every dream, every promise you make to yourself. Keep it private until it's permanent. Let your actions do the talking. There's power in silence. When you work in private, when you build without broadcasting, when you move without the need for witnesses, you protect your energy. You keep it contained. You invest it in the work instead of spending it on explaining the work. And that energy compounds, it builds. It becomes something undeniable. But when you share too soon, you invite opinions you didn't ask for, doubt you didn't need, questions that make you second-guess yourself. People will project their fears onto your dreams. They'll tell you why it won't work, not because they're cruel, but because they've never done it themselves. And their skepticism becomes noise in your head, drowning out the quiet knowing that made you start in the first place. Silence also protects you from the pressure of performance. When no one knows what you're building, you're free to fail privately. You're free to pivot, adjust, and learn without the weight of public expectation. You're free to grow at your own pace without the world watching and judging every misstep. This isn't about secrecy. It's about sanctity. Your goals are sacred. Your growth is sacred. Not everything needs to be shared. Not everything needs an audience. Some things are meant to be held close, nurtured in silence, and revealed only when they've matured into something real. Think of a seed. You don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You don't invite the neighborhood to watch it sprout. You plant it, water it, and trust the process. And one day, without announcement, it breaks through the soil. That's how transformation works. Quietly, privately, until it's ready to be seen. So keep your plans to yourself. Work in silence. Let your results be the announcement. Let your transformation be the proof. Let your consistency be the statement. And when it's permanent, when it's undeniable, when it's no longer just a goal but a reality, then you can share. Not for validation, not for applause, but as evidence that silence and action build what words never could. Silence preserves strength. Let your actions speak when they're ready. Comment this if you understand the power of silence. I build in silence and let success make the noise. Number 10, never tolerate disrespect, not even from yourself. Self-worth starts with how you treat your own reflection. You've drawn lines in the sand. You've decided what you'll accept from others and what you won't. You know when someone crosses a boundary. You recognize disrespect when it comes from outside. But here's the question no one asks. Do you recognize it when it comes from within? Every time you break a promise to yourself, that's disrespect. Every time you ignore your own needs to please someone else, that's disrespect. Every time you settle for less than you deserve because you don't believe you're worth more, that's disrespect. And it's the most dangerous kind because it's self-inflicted. It's the wound you keep reopening while wondering why you're not healing. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Reject your sense of injury and the injury itself disappears." But what happens when you're the one causing the injury? What happens when the disrespect isn't coming from the world, but from the person staring back at you in the mirror? Self-respect isn't arrogance. It's not thinking you're better than anyone else. It's simply refusing to treat yourself worse than anyone else. It's recognizing that if you wouldn't accept certain words, behaviors, or standards from another person, you shouldn't accept them from yourself either. You wouldn't let someone you love talk to themselves the way you talk to you. You wouldn't watch them neglect their health, ignore their dreams, or stay in situations that drain them without saying something. So why is it acceptable when you do it to yourself? Why do you get the leftovers of your own life? Why are you everyone else's priority, but your own afterthought? Self-worth begins the moment you decide you matter, not when you achieve something, not when someone validates you, not when the conditions are perfect. Right now, as you are flawed, imperfect, still growing, you matter, and how you treat yourself teaches the world how to treat you. When you tolerate your own disrespect, you set the standard. You signal to yourself and everyone watching that this is acceptable, that you're negotiable. that your boundaries are suggestions, not requirements, and people will treat you exactly as you treat yourself, with the same level of care, attention, and respect. You show your own worth. Stop waiting for permission to honor yourself. Stop apologizing for having standards. Stop shrinking so others feel comfortable. You're allowed to expect more from yourself and for yourself. You're allowed to walk away from what diminishes you, even if what's diminishing you is your own behavior. The Stoics believed in ouosis, the idea that self-care is the foundation of all other virtues. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't love others well if you treat yourself with contempt. You can't build a meaningful life if you're constantly tearing yourself down. So start treating yourself like someone you're responsible for helping. Speak kindly. Set boundaries. Keep promises. Prioritize rest. Say no when you need to. Say yes when it serves you. Stop betraying yourself to keep the peace. Stop accepting crumbs when you deserve the whole table. Disrespect ends the moment you refuse to participate in it, even when it's coming from you, especially when it's coming from you. Because self-worth isn't something you find. It's something you build, one respectful choice at a time. Stand in your worth. Type below, I honor myself with every choice I make. Number 11, better days are coming. Be patient. Storms don't last. Hope is a quiet seed with strong roots. You're tired of waiting, tired of holding on, tired of believing that better days are coming when all you see is more of the same. I understand. Patience feels like punishment when you're hurting. It feels like denial when you're desperate for change. But patience isn't passive. It's not sitting still and hoping the universe takes pity on you. It's active trust. It's continuing to plant seeds even when the harvest feels impossibly far away. Seneca said, all cruelty springs from weakness, and sometimes the cruelty is the voice in your head telling you that this is all there is, that it won't get better, that hoping is foolish and patience is pointless. But that voice is weak. It's afraid. It's trying to protect you from disappointment by convincing you to stop believing. Don't listen to it. Better days are coming, not because you wish for them, not because you deserve them, but because storms, by their very nature, don't last. They move through, they exhaust themselves, they clear the air and leave space for light. And you're in the middle of a storm right now. But here's the fire truth, warrior. You're not stuck in this grind forever. Patience ain't lazy-ass waiting, it's strategic warfare. Doing max with what you've got, while trusting your hustle's stacking wins invisible to the eye. Farmer Flex, he doesn't plant, then yank the seed day 2, screaming, where's my forest? Now he waters, tends, trusts. Weeks later, boom, green breakthrough, not from forcing, from patient power. You? Same damn deal. Growths brewing underground, roots clawing deep, steel forging silent, even when days blur identical. That beast version of you, strutting into glory? She's hammered here, in the wait, the grind, the why bother. Moments you chose her to push through. Hope? Not fluffy fairy dust. It's badass knowing seasons flip. Pain fades. Hard births beautiful. Hope's a buried seed, unseen, unheard, but alive, working. One dawn, full bloom. Lock in, be patient with your scars. Your strides, your timing, everything you're battling for. Still coming. Prayers? Still possible. Just not yet. 'Cause you're mid-upgrade to the you who can handle its storm. Temporary. Sun rising. Better days? No fantasy. Life's iron law, dark always bows to light. Night always cracks to morning. Your dawn already charging. Just hold the line till it hits. Mission hold on, grind on, hope on. It's working, even silent. Scream it below, own the promise. Better days are coming and I am ready. Lesson 12. No regrets, just lessons that forge legends. What hurt you? Let it teach you. Carry the wisdom, ditch the dead weight. Warrior, you've been hauling a ghost that ain't yours. Regret. Heavier than the screw-up, than the crash, than that undo button you crave. You've let it drag you, define you, whisper, past flop, part Q, future fail. Lies. Your history never disqualifies your destiny. Epictetus, ex-slave turned sage, detonated this. It's not what happens, it's how you respond. And response. Now years later, deciding pain doesn't haunt. Lessons don't torment, regrets the scam, obsess the flub. Replay shoulda, self-punish for not knowing then what you know now. Unfair fight, you crushed the best call with the cards you held. Now upgraded intel, that's not L, that's level up every scar. A secret weapon, mistake? Dropped a lesson bomb, wrong turn. Lit the right path. Hurt by them? Boundaries forged? Failure? Hidden strength unlocked, but drown in regret. Lessons stay buried. Flip it. Stop, why me? Start, what did this teach? Ditch victim vibes. Become the student. Marcus Aurelius crushed it. Universe is change. Life, what your thoughts make it. Past? Locked. Interpretation. Your throne, burden or bridge. Shame or strength. Facts fixed. Meaning? Yours to wield. Not dismissing the stab. Honor it. Extract gold. Refuse meaningless if you bled for it. Make it count. Power protocol. Take lesson. Leave shame. Keep growth. Drop guilt. You're not that old you. You've evolved. Too sharp for repeat errors. Regret, chains to dead moments. Lessons, wings for tomorrow. Wise, not wounded. Guided, not trapped. Past, who are classroom, tuition paid in blood. Stop reauditing pain, 101 pass. Graduate, stride lighter, wiser, free, no regrets, just lessons. Plus a blank epic page. Release it, declare. Below, I carry wisdom, not weight. You did it. Warrior, 12 lessons conquered. Still here. That means war. You're not scrolling snacks, you're hunting transformation, ready to mend breaks. Heal hurts, unleash your true beast. These ain't dusty quotes, they're battle tools, useless on the shelf. Wield 'em, live 'em, use 'em daily, especially when life's punching low, world's screaming quit. Stoics, no classroom chats. They bled this on battlefields, in chains, through gut-wrenching loss. Proved peace, not found, built brick by thought. Choice by response, remember? 93% problems, reactions, stories, self-inflicted wounds you keep ripping open. Now clarity crown, spot event versus your spin. That's liberation. Your orders, scribe them down, revisit when storms hit, share with your squad. They need this ammo. Wisdom, contagious fire. Changes you. Ignites everyone you touch. Final salute before you charge out. If this shifted your soul, smash like, drop a comment. Share with a fighter in the trenches. Subscribe, join the tribe, refusing crumbs, choosing empires. Growth over easy. Wisdom over what if. Thank you for battling here. Now go live it. Better days? Locked and loading. Seal the oath, type it loud. I'm the author of my own transformation. Warriors, you're unstoppable. Go conquer.